Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. Thank you again for joining us in this wonderful evening. So to start off with the spirit of the day, the word of the day, egalitarianism, not to be confused with vegetarianism. In the spirit of egalitarianism, I'm going to be talking about a subject which affects everyone equally. It is a subject of productivity and how this abstract concept of something that we all want productivity. We all think productivity is something we desire. But what is it really? So I'm going to be, and also I want to ask you a question that might seem a bit off the wall considering all the theme of tonight. But has anyone here eaten at a Subway restaurant? Yes. That's everyone. This is fantastic. Because tonight I'm going to be talking about what is productivity from the perspective of a Subway employee. So, first of all, as a Subway employee, I work in a Subway. You can imagine that I do. There's actually a Subway really close to my work, so I feel like I work there. At Subway, we get a truckload of raw materials, like tomatoes, cheese, meats, weird dough mixes that come already pre-made. These come every night to our store. These are the inputs. And all the staff like me, we work at Subway to turn these inputs into valuable sandwiches. They're valuable because they have value. People want to buy them and eat them. So if you're coming to Subway, Subway is actually like a factory. You take raw materials and you turn that with a bunch of processes, such as putting it on the sandwich, into a nice, valuable sandwich. So productivity is essentially a measure of the efficiency of this transformation process. My next question is, how do we measure productivity? So maybe I'll go over here to illustrate the point. I'm measuring the distance between here and there, but that isn't how we measure productivity. Productivity is measured by putting the total value of all the sandwiches that we made on average in one day and divide that by the total cost of all the inputs required to make the sandwich, including paying me, the sandwich artist. So this is how we measure productivity, but it doesn't necessarily indicate how you can be more productive. So thinking about that, if I want to be more productive, I should focus on making sandwiches. What do you think? Is that a good idea?
Sure.
Maybe. What if I went to Subway every day, and instead of going out in the front and serving the customers, I would stay in the back room drawing comic books?
Not efficient.
It's not productive. Maybe it's productive if my goal was to make comic books. But my goal is not aligned with the team goal, which is the Subway team goal, to make sandwiches and serve our customers with the best quality products. So when thinking about how I can become more productive, I need to make sure my goals are the right goals and I'm doing the right thing. I'll leave you with one final tip which I'll offer you to increase your productivity, is to use a to-do list. Now I want to ask you, who uses the to-do list here? Anyone? Yes. Everybody, pretty much. If you don't use a to-do list, then all this stuff is going to be in your head. It's going to be all these ideas of things you have to do, such as maybe taking the bread out of the oven, or putting the bread in the toaster oven, or chopping the tomatoes, or those kind of things. So I recommend, if you work at Subway, you should have a to-do list. Maybe. Maybe it's better for a manager job, because you have to write down things like that. But for work like Subway, maybe to-do list isn't such a useful thing because you already know what you have to do. But if you have a management job where you have all these people talking to you all the time, to-do list is really powerful, and I found it very exciting for my life. So I've talked about three main things. I've talked about what is it like to be a Subway employee. So to measure my productivity, I want to measure how many things I produce, the value of my output, divide that by the total cost of everything that cost, And to increase my productivity, I'm going to focus on the right goals. So after this speech, you're going to be able to go to your job at Subway tomorrow and impress your boss so much that he's going to give you a raise. I guarantee it. The only thing I ask for you in return is to give me a free sandwich when they come by. That's a small price to pay, and I think it'll be very productive in the end if you do that. How am I doing for time? Still the time. I'll relate this. Okay, I finished my main part of the speech, but I'm going to add on an additional topic at the end, which is getting things done. Has anyone heard of getting things done? About a few people in the room. I'm going to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about getting things done, because as you may know, my job isn't working at Subway. I don't work at Subway. I go to Subway once a week, so I'm very intimate with their products. But I actually work as a software developer at a software company across the street from a Subway. And my job has many tasks coming at me all the time, and they're always different. I don't always have to make the same sandwich all the time. Every day I have to figure out, what am I going to do? I'm going to be fixing a bug, or solving a feature, or doing some coding, or going to meetings with staff. So I plan my day by using a to-do list. It's really exciting for me to have found a new tool on the computer called, I think it's called Task Unifier. This is a tool that lets you put all your tasks in there and manage your to-do list. It's been really exciting for me. So if you would like to move from Subway job to a more software development job, check out this book by David Allen called Getting Things Done. And I'm still looking forward to my free sandwich. Thank you.